Hi everybody, it's Peter again, and today I'd like to introduce you to the Compbook. Now, the Compbook harkens back to my days in Santa Barbara, California at Brooks Institute of Photography in the early 80s, where we had to have a written description along with precise diagrams of each of the assignments we did for certain classes. What I'm going to do with this video series is a video Compbook where I tell you a little bit of the background of the image, whether it's a new image or one that I shot years ago. I will give you all of the information that I can, and when I'm out in the field, there'll be some behind the scenes video where I describe what I'm thinking. So let's get started on the Compbook. Here we go. So the first picture in this series is going to be picture window, which I'll put up right now. So I made this image out in the middle of Tucson Mountain Park, which is a Pima County park, at the Bowen House, also known as the Hippie House. It was built in the 1930s and within 10 or 15 years was abandoned. Sometime in the 60s, I believe, a group of hippies moved in, and so as the story goes, they wound up burning the roof off the house. So it's just the stone structure that's left of the house, all the walls. And while I was out there, it was mid-morning. It was a little bit after 10, so the sun was high enough in the sky to illuminate the interior walls. And I made this picture facing pretty much northwest, facing Bushmaster Peak. I can never get that out quite right. And I really like the fact that it emulates the old Condé Nast Room with a View. I've printed this image before, both on canvas and on metal, and it looks great on both of them, and even somewhat on paper, but I think I prefer actually the metal, because the metal adds a little bit of natural contrast to an image and just gives it that little bit of pop, similar to the old Cibachrome process, if you're old enough to remember that, which went out of style a long time ago. Anyways, that's my recommendation for the type of material to print on. It does look really good, both, like I said, on the metal and the canvas. And on canvases, I like to go with a thicker frame, the 1.5 inch frame versus the thinner, which I believe is 3/4 of an inch. The smaller frames just get too flimsy, especially on bigger prints. So if you have any questions about this print, feel free to get a hold of me via email or responding to this video, and we'll go from there. Aside from the Condé Nast Traveler Magazine's Room with a View contest, another influence on me that is William Albert Allard, a National Geographic photographer. We first met when he was working on a magazine article titled Time at the Lake, which he later turned into a book. He'd come to Walker, Minnesota, where I was living at the time, and was looking for someone to take him out to photograph the common loon, which is the state bird of Minnesota. And so we spent quite a bit of time the following spring and summer together, and when his book was published, I got a copy of it, and he gave me a really interesting way of, or I should say he has a really interesting way of seeing, which has had great influence on me. And I want to thank William. And if you get a chance, I would check out that book. I hope you enjoyed this first installment of the Compbook. Future versions are going to include some from images I've shot in the past. And now that it's early May and the saguaros are starting to bud out and bloom, so I anticipate my first in the field Compbook series to be on the saguaro flower. In the meantime, you guys all stay safe out there, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you.